In a previous video, I showed you how to build a shortcut that logs transactions directly into an Apple Numbers spreadsheet. Today, I'll be walking you through 2 quality of life upgrades that make that shortcut more user-friendly. This video is less of a step-by-step build guide and more of an explanation. Feel free to download a copy of the shortcut from the description to have a closer look. When logging a transaction in your spreadsheet, the shortcut will ask for the category of your transaction, so things like groceries and transport. And then it'll ask for the description, which is more granular, which could be the place of purchase or the name of something you bought. In the previous version of this shortcut, I had both of those nested within the shortcut. I had the list of categories as a list inside the shortcut that would then get presented to you to choose from. And then it would ask you for a description, which you would just manually input. So here's a quick summary of the upgrades that I'll be showing you. First, the categories will be moved out of the shortcut and into a reminders list for easier updates and collaboration. And second, using that reminders list, I've developed a transaction history to keep your descriptions accessible, consistent, and faster to log. So let's see how all this works. I'll start with the categories. As I said, the categories now don't live within the shortcut anymore. They will live in a reminders list. And because of this, you don't have to open up the shortcut to edit or add categories anymore. It also means that if you track your finances with someone else, assuming they have access to your reminders list, they will be able to also add or change the categories for the both of you, keeping things easy and consistent. And that's a good idea because the consistency will mean that when you're filtering for specific data in numbers, it means that you'll have some consistent terms that you can search for. So to get this all working, go to your finance reminders list and create a reminder called categories or transaction categories. Then copy across your categories from your spreadsheet or wherever you have them. I like to paste them in and select them to make them all subtasks quickly. And then I'm using find reminders action to filter and look for these subtasks to present them as a list for you. So make sure that the list is set to your finance reminders list and the title of the reminder that you're filtering for is the name of this reminder here, the parent reminder. So just make sure they're the same. Then in the next action, which is also the same action, it's just a find reminders action, you filter for subtasks. And then this will present the shortcut with a whole list of your categories. Then if you add a choose from list action, then you can present yourself with the list of categories to choose from, and then set it at the variable to be logged in your spreadsheet at the bottom of the shortcut. You might have noticed that my original shortcut had the description part before the category, and the reason for swapping the order around is that it allows the shortcut to look at the notes section of these subtasks of the specific category that you choose. And this is where we're going to store the transaction history or the description history. And so underneath groceries, you might end up with something like butcher or IGA or whatever you bought, fruit shop, etc. And they will look like this, and you can edit them, you can add more, you can delete them, and they'll just live here and you can access them whenever you need. I'm actually going to delete these because I'll show you how this works in a moment. So below this, there's just some logic here to determine what actions need to happen depending on the state of this list. So if the note doesn't have any value, which means if it's just the name of the category and there's nothing in the notes, then it's just going to ask you simply for what you bought. Make sure that allow multiple lines is off. And then it'll set that as the description and log it in your shortcut. So that's fine. If there is something there, then it's going to present you with the list of past descriptions and a new entry button. And so then you can add a new one to the list, or you can choose something that's already there. So if you chose new entry, then it'll ask you for what you bought, and then it'll add it to the list. And then these 3 actions here is just making sure there's no duplicates, and it's putting your most recent one at the top of the list, and then it's setting the notes of the subtask to be the list of things that you bought. And then here is the same actions, but if you just chose a pre-existing item and not added a new entry. And that's pretty much it. And then it logs it into the spreadsheet. So I'll give it a demo now so you can see it in action. Press go, choose a date, choose a price. I'm going to choose groceries. Now it's asking me new entry, and that's because I deleted the notes before, but it should just go straight to the description for you. There it is there. And if I come back to my groceries reminder list, you'll see in the notes section, and that's why it said new entry, I've now got butcher. I'll add a couple more just so you can see the list. And this time when I run it, I'll choose one of them and you'll see it reorder. So this time I'll choose fruit shop, which is at the bottom. There it is there. And you can see fruit shop's been reordered this time. And now let's add something new. Same date, something else. And now new entry. And this time I will write Woolies. And now you can see it's been added to the top of the list, ready to go for next time. So I hope this walkthrough made sense to you. As I said earlier, if you want to skip the build and just start using it, the link is in the description. So download the shortcut, tweak it to your needs, and let me know if it helps your workflow.